aquaponics really uses an ecosystem approach to growing food. It starts with fish, and then we use the wastes produced from the fish to provide nutrients for plants. Plants then clean the water of those dissolved nutrients, and then the clean water returns to fish. And that's one sort of basic cycle within aquaponics. But we really try and develop it a bit further. We then take the wastes from the plant material, put them into wormeries to produce worms to be able to feed back to the fish. We try and enclose these systems inside quite conscious energy spaces, whether we're using photovoltaics or providing heat through biomass or solar thermal systems. We try and look energetically about how the small amount of energy that we do need we can produce with lower impacts. I'd say some of the most interesting elements of our work are really on the interface between society, people, communities with food production systems, especially around urban agriculture. And I think the reason aquaponics fits within an urban agricultural or urban food production sort of area is the fact that we're not reliant on soil fertility. We are producing our nutrients from fish, we're producing the filter from the plants, and we're able to pretty much put this system in areas where you wouldn't otherwise be able to grow things, whether it's a warehouse, whether it's a rooftop, or just simply an area of concrete somewhere in the city. So we can create these dynamic, productive and edible ecosystems in areas where they otherwise wouldn't exist. And so taking it into urban areas where population is highest, where the demand for fresh food is greatest, and where very often people don't have that interaction with food growing, and they really value that. I think that's where we've seen some really interesting sort of mindset shifts, really, is how people see the potential of disused space. We've had a couple of projects where we've gone into London city centre, for example, taken over disused shops, and we've turned them into farms with an organisation called Something and Son, setting up Farm Shop, where an abandoned building was turned into a multi-dimensional sort of social experiment that was all centred around giving people access to food and how it's grown. Scaling that up, we're now working on some really significant projects in the Netherlands, in Helsinki, and also over in the States, where big urban sites are being gifted or being purchased for the purpose of urban agriculture and are being taken on with massive amounts of community involvement, community engagement, and they are truly having some quite wide-reaching and surprising results. And I think that's where we're hoping to add value to your project in Newcastle, is to be able to bring some of those experiences rather than trying to reinvent the wheel and having lots of separate pockets of people starting from scratch. Try and add value by sharing some of our experiences, both successes and failures, to try and really get something well-grounded that excites people, engages them and inspires them, and shows them how to grow food themselves and how to get involved with this really valuable and important new movement.